Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. In my latest Pewter Pulse, I talked about the Bucs' best training camp battle. That's the duel between Trey Palmer and Jalen McMillan for the number 3 wide receiver job, with apologies to the left guard spot. The hottest position battle in Bucs camp will be at outside linebacker. This is not the head-to-head matchup between Palmer and McMillan at wide receiver or Sua Opeta and Ben Bredesen at the left guard position. This is a WWE style battle royale between 9 outside linebackers competing for 5, maybe 6 roster spots, depending on how things shake out in special teams, of course. And it's not just a battle between backups. There's at least one starting job up for grabs, assuming Yaya Diaby has a good camp in preseason and hangs on to the other starting outside linebacker spot. Let's take a closer look at the free for all at outside linebacker. The madness starts on July 24th when the Bucs start training camp. The Bucs feel that Yaya Diaby is ready to pick up where he left off in his rookie season when he led the team with 7.5 sacks, despite only starting the last 7 games of the regular season. A freakish blend of size, strength, power, and speed, Diaby excels at setting the edge in the run game, but needs to become a more effective pass rusher and deliver more pressures on a consistent basis, not just sacks. He needs to get his pass rush win rate up from single digits to double digits this year, and creating a few more forced fumbles would also be welcomed. Veterans Joe Tryon Shoyinka and Anthony Nelson are both in important contract years, so they're going to be highly motivated to earn as much playing time as possible with the strong camp in preseason. JTS has the most starts under his belt on the team with 34 and is the current starter opposite Diaby heading into camp. He needs to be a more physical, attack-minded edge rusher and bring the fight to the offensive tackles to produce more sacks if he wants a lucrative payday in Tampa Bay or elsewhere. Tampa Bay Bucs head coach and defensive play caller Todd Bowles calls him a chess piece because he can line him up anywhere along the defensive front, and JTS is also the best coverage outside linebacker the Bucs have when running those zone blitzes. Todd Bowles loves Anthony Nelson's length and ability to set the edge in the run game, as well as his high football IQ. He's a steady player that can be counted on down in and down out. But the 6'7" Nelson is viewed more as a quality, experienced backup, and I don't really see him in the mix to start this year. Nelson's currently running with the second team along with rookie Chris Braswell. The Bucs love the power and physicality that Braswell brings to the table from Alabama. And that, as well as his second round draft billing, is a reason why he's running with the second team right now heading into camp. Here's what Todd Bowles had to say about Chris Braswell at the rookie minicamp. He's a very strong player. The system is similar with some things to Alabama. It's just the terminology is different. He's kind of like Yaya Diaby. He's a physical player. He'll show more when the pads come on. We just look for him to get some pushback and get the system down. I think he'll make some plays for us as well. Marquise Watts was an undrafted free agent last year who made the team as the 5th outside linebacker. Watts was a late season pass rushing specialist who had the highest pass rush win rate among Bucs outside linebackers at 23%. The undersized 6'1" Watts has bulked up to 250 pounds. It needs to prove that he can stuff the run and set the edge on early downs to be anything more than just a designated pass rusher. Here's what Bowles had to say about Watts during the minicamp. He flashed last year. Obviously, we know he's a pass rusher. Getting the system down would be big for him in the run game and the early rundown stuff. We'll see. He has the versatility to do some things in certain packages, but he's got to be a very good special teams player as well. He's talented, and we look forward to getting the pads on and seeing what he does this year. I've gone on record saying that Watts has the untapped talent to become a surprise starter at some point this year. I could see him anywhere from outside linebacker 5 to outside linebacker 2 on the depth chart, depending on how effective he is at getting to the quarterback in the preseason. The biggest threat to Watts at the end of the depth chart right now is Jose Ramirez, last year's sixth-round pick, who spent his rookie season on the practice squad. He and Watts are currently running with the third team right now, but Ramirez has been getting rave reviews and has worked hard to transform his body from being a little too pudgy and heavy last year to lean and mean this offseason. The wild card in all of this is veteran Randy Gregory, who skipped all the OTAs after signing with the Bucs in April, then missed the mandatory minicamp with an unexcused absence. I've already called for the team to dump Gregory. I think there's a lot more young talent at outside linebacker that the Bucs should really invest the time and the roster spots in, rather than a 32-year-old veteran who doesn't seem to want to play in Tampa Bay after all. Gregory is far behind when it comes to learning Todd Bowles' intricate playbook, too. And we'll see if he even makes it to camp. With Gregory already being signed to a cheap one-year deal, the Bucs really don't have anything to lose with adding him to the competition. I get that. But I don't even think they need Gregory. He's only going to take away reps from younger players in camp in the preseason. There's a couple other guys too. Daniel Grisiak and Sean Peterson are undrafted free agents who will provide some depth in camp. And you never know. One of them could be this year's Watts. Todd Bowles says he feels really good about the depth at outside linebacker, and I do too. The Bucs have a collection of highly motivated edge rushers, each with something different to prove, and the competition in camp should bring out the best in everybody, including Gregory. For now, there are 7 legit contenders for 5 likely roster spots, in addition to Shaq Barrett's vacant starting job, I should say, including Shaq Barrett's vacant starting job. Buckle up. This is going to be the most fun training camp battle in Tampa Bay this year. You want some more fun? Make sure you subscribe to Pewter Report TV. That's our YouTube channel. Hit the like button, that thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. We'd love some feedback from you guys. It also helps our YouTube algorithm, gets us in front of more awesome Pewter people like you. Make sure you follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report. And pewterreport.com will have stories all July leading you up to Bucs training camp. So make sure that you're a visitor there as well. And I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.